The Soulsborne genre is one of my favorite genres to play. The combat, the adventure, the feeling that you get when playing your first playthrough. My favorite among these games were the Dark Souls trilogy. Each one was well received, with the exception of Dark Souls 2, and were some of the best games in the RPG-style genre. Each game gets progressively difficult and challenging. In this video, we're going to take a look at each tutorial area and see which is the best in my opinion. If you have different opinions, feel free to let me know in the comments below. This is my first full video rather than just clips, so if you enjoy it, I would appreciate it if you tell me in the comments. Anyways, let's get on with the video. At number 3, we have Things Betwixt, Dark Souls 2. I like this area for a lot of reasons, one of which is that it is a very mysterious place and is the only one on this list to be, at least a little bit, scary. This place is probably the least linear of all the tutorials, as later on in the level, there are numerous fog gates where you can enter, all leading to different types of enemies. This area is pretty bland, other than the enemies. It is also the only area to not have a tutorial boss. This is one of the reasons why it's the lowest spot on the list, as it does not introduce to the players the fundamentals of the game. Despite all this, it is a very cool-looking area, and it is connected to one of my favorite hub areas in the series, Majula.
Yes, indeed. The dark sign brands the undead. And in this land, the undead are corralled and led to the north. Where they are locked away to await the end of the world. This is your fate.
At number 2, we have Dark Souls 1. This was my first Souls game, so maybe I am a little biased. However, what I like about this Souls game is that it teaches you the basic mechanics of the game. This is what puts it higher than Dark Souls 2 by a lot. Also, this game does have a tutorial boss, putting the skills that you learn to the test. Not to mention that you have an early encounter with the boss before you gain your weapons, teaching the player to be well aware of their surroundings. My main problem with this area, though, is that it is very linear, and there are no branching pathways, which would be great for exploration. Even though this is the case, you can come back to this area later on and fight a more powerful version of the tutorial boss. All of this puts Dark Souls 1's tutorial area in at second place.
In the ancient legends, it is stated that one day an undead shall be chosen.
And at number 1, we have Dark Souls 3. Dark Souls 3's tutorial area teaches the basics of the game like Dark Souls 1 and has the spooky atmosphere of Dark Souls 2. You could say that it is a combination of the good in Dark Souls 1 and the good in Dark Souls 2. This area has a lot of exploration as well as challenging enemies such as the Crystal Lizard. This area is not linear and contains a couple of items. This area has a tutorial boss, and it is considered the best of the 3. The boss is challenging for new players, and it's certainly a step up from the first game's boss. It is without a doubt the best tutorial area in the trilogy.
And of course, light.
Thank you for watching this video. This is my first long-form video, and if you enjoyed it, I would appreciate it if you could like and subscribe for more content. See you in the next
Then,
one.
From the dark, they came and found the souls of lords within the flame.